5 ways to beat the winter blues. And today I'm doing a collaboration with Pretty Over 50, Kimberly from Pretty Over 50, and this was her idea of a collaboration, a brilliant idea. There's a number of us actually contributing to this topic, and so if you are over 50 and looking for ways to beat the winter blues between the participants on the playlist, you are going to find many ideas. We're each coming up with 5, and they may be the same because we haven't actually discussed our 5. But if they're the same, then they're obviously going to be good ones. My channel is dedicated to over 50 life and over 55 life, mostly clothing and a bit of beauty and a bit of skincare and hair care and travel and entertainment over 50. So would love you to hang around on my channel. Now I am sitting here cozily in my Barefoot Dreams cardigan. It's not snowing actually, we haven't had any snow in the UK, so winter blues, I've got bright sunshine out there, nice blue sky, but we do have some dull days. So one of the ways to beat the winter blues that I am using at the moment is candles, and I really do like a candle I got in a boxer style box, and it's made with soya, and it's got essential oils in it, and the smell just wafts through the house and up the stairs as well. It's absolutely brilliant, and it really is a real pick-me-up. So essential oil candle or essential oil burner as well. You know, one of those diffusers, that's it, the essential oil diffusers, the plug-in sort. You know, something just to get a bit of lifting scent into the house and make you feel good. That would be one way of pampering yourself when you're indoors in the winter. Obviously cozy clothes as well. This isn't a tip, I just happen to be wearing cozy clothes. These are quite expensive, aren't they, these Barefoot Dreams cardigans? I always get them in the Nordstrom sale. Yes, I'm in the UK. I can get them shipped over from the Nordstrom sale. I've got 2, I don't need more, that's it. Anyway, I distract myself here. So the second tip would be to have a facial. I do have facials regularly anyway. I think that they're very beneficial for the skin, but I also have massages as well. So I want to wrap up massages and facials in the same tip because they're both, provided by sort of similar salons or same salons sometimes, and so even the same therapist perhaps. But I'm finding a massage incredibly therapeutic for muscles in my back that tend to maybe, if you're holding yourself because you're cold and then your muscles start knotting and tensing and so on. So I think a massage is really beneficial. And for the skin that is actually drying out in the winter, I think a facial is actually beneficial to get all those the oils and moisture back into the skin. And on that line as well, a practical idea for looking after yourself in the winter would be to use niacinamide, because that is supposed to be very good for toughening the skin up and protecting it in the cold weather. So that's something to add to the routine. So I'm adding that. That's sort of one tip. Massage, facial, niacinamide, that's one tip. I would think about also doing a foot mask, because we neglect our feet in the winter. And those poor feet they're in boots, they're in socks, they're in cosy furry socks, they're in furry slippers. And are they getting much of an opportunity to breathe? And we're neglecting them. We're not even looking at our feet, possibly. I haven't looked at my feet for a long time. But maybe the winter is actually a time to actually get our feet ready for the spring and use one of those foot masks, the peel. I've never used one. So I can't recommend it, because I've never used one. I want to try one, but I've heard they look disgusting. When you look at the pictures on the internet, you see all the peel coming off. It looks really disgusting. But I want to try it. But if not, if that doesn't float your boat, anyway, you can get those electric battery-operated hard skin removers. I've got one of those, and actually I find that really effective. But But also you can get masks that just do moisturising as well, foot masks, and you still put your feet into the sort of a foot glove, a boot, yeah. Just that's what a foot glove would be, a boot. You put your foot into the boot still anyway, and just leave it on, it moisturises your feet. So, now might be a time of pampering your feet as well. And while we're talking about your digits, your toes, let's talk about your fingers and your fingernails, because now might be also a time for pampering those fingernails and your hands, because you've got this cold weather. Many of us have got cold weather, or periods of cold weather, and I don't know about you, but my hands really do suffer in the winter. I'm walking to the station to go to work in the mornings. If I remember my gloves, that's a good thing. If not, my hands are just in my pockets. They're constantly in and out anyway. Then you've got central heating, you've got hot water, and my hands just dry and crack. So every night I must put hand cream on my hands, and particularly in the winter. So I'm very particular about that. But I have started to adding oil into the hand cream. So when I'm putting the hand cream on at night, it's the last thing I do. When I'm in bed, it's the last thing I do. I put hand cream on, then it's on for the night. So I've got hand cream by the bed. It's a rich cream for this time of year, and I just add oil on my hand and mix it in. And it is actually, I'm finding that is really beneficial to my hands. I'm waking up with them feeling a lot less, not tender, and a lot moister now, moisturised, that's the word. But also I have been using nail varnish more as well. I haven't got any on at the moment because I'm giving them a bit of a rest, but my nail varnish collection, this is my collection, this is my nail varnish collection. I've sorted it into the reds and pinks, and then on the other side we've got the clears and the browns. So I can easily see in there what I'm going to, wear and put on. So I like this box. I got it from Amazon recently, but I'm not. You just Google. I'm just searching Amazon nail varnish container. I'm not putting an affiliate link down below because I think you don't need one at all. You can just search on your own Amazon website. Anyway, yeah, nice case, nice lots of nail varnishes. I can see easily what I want to put on my fingers, and yes, that's another thing I'm doing. Cheer myself up this time of year is actually making sure I've got nice hands. So with the moisturisers, hand creams, with the oils and nail varnish, and I'm also using, obviously regularly filing them, and I use a nice glass file. I use Leighton Denny's. Tell you about that. Leighton Denny's glass nail files you can get on Amazon or from wherever you buy Leighton Denny. Anyway, his glass nail files just seem to last so long, and after you've used it, all you do is rinse it up under a tap. I think they're better for your nails than a emery board. And mine just lasted years. I must have had it about 5 years, but I used it just after Christmas and dropped it on the tile floor and it snapped. So I was pretty disappointed after 5 years. Oh no, my precious nail file that I had had for so long and just love. Anyway, there it was on Amazon, and what new one was delivered the next day. So I'm now back in a proud owner of a Leighton Denny glass nail file, but I would have been lost without that. So yes, taking care of the hands is something that I am particularly keen to do at this time of year. So we have got face, we have got body, feet and hands, and the candle for the scent. This might be a little silly little thing. This isn't actually a tip, but I actually like to have a seasonal mug, and so this is my winter season mug. Anyway, it's just an Emma Bridgewater mug. Yeah, I like sitting in the lounge with my cup of tea, hot chocolate. I'm too overweight at the moment to have hot chocolate, but if I was underweight, I think, normal weight, I would probably be tempted to have a hot chocolate this time of year. Have my mug, binge watch TV, binge watch some series in the lounge on a Sunday afternoon. That is ideal for me. Maybe a glass of wine. That's my downtime. That's my time. Anyway, that is not a tip. Another tip though that I do want to tell you about is to use a daylight light. You know, even if you don't think you suffer from SAD, a daylight light actually may be beneficial anyway. I think that I've got one upstairs and I tend to use that when I'm putting my makeup on in the mornings. I think many of us can actually benefit from one of those daylight lights, so they're just, you know, just find them on Amazon. A very important way of looking after ourselves now, especially with coronavirus going around this time of year, is going to be vitamins, isn't it? Nutrients and so on. And I had picked up from YouTube a tip to use this Muttonstyle, which you can order online. No, L is for living. It was her that actually last year talked about this. Mine is from Solar. There, Solar, Muttonstyle, and it is a way of it's a dietary supplement that may help us to resist, you know, the viruses going around. It's vegetarian, so that's good. That's right. It's found in coconut. So if you're allergic to coconut, I don't know if people are, but anyway, beware of that. But Muttonstyle, you know, it's a different idea from your vitamin C and certain zinc that you're going to hear everywhere. So might be worth a go this time of year when there's lots of viruses around. My last tip would be, at this time of year, pamper ourselves by making sure we're looking after ourselves on the inside. Anyway, I have been really pleased to take part in this collaboration and give you some ideas. Nothing really groundbreaking there. So I hope you've enjoyed my tips, and I hope that you know, do go and look at the rest of the ideas in the playlist. And I do hope that you stay with my channel and sort of become a regular visitor. Anyway, if that is the case, then I will see you in my next video. Or see you when you watch my next video, or you will see me when you watch my next video. So yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you all.